Okay, I said now welcome to 4th and 1. All right, I said now welcome. I said you welcome. I said she welcome.
Hey.
I said y'all welcome. I said now welcome to 4th and 1. Well, I always got it done. Bringing facts by the time before the rising of the sun.
That delay reaction. Oh, boy, driving a car, dribbling the basketball.
This is me in front of TV.
Come on, come on, come on.
I said it's me in front of TV. Can't forget my dog. Big Peggy in front of TV. And my dog. VJ in front of TV. Jimbo in front of TV. Somewhere I look around and I see Double D in front of TV. That is me in front of TV, y'all. Okay. Having a whole lot of fun. Man, I cannot, and I really mean this, I can't believe I really get to do this.
For a living.
Like, for a living, you did.
Come on now.
You get fashion, you did.
Woo,
You get a little good smoke, you did. Some good espresso, might I add.
Espresso?
And then you gotta drink your water, you did.
Okay.
And then you get the weirdos, they come on set and they just, you know what I'm saying? Make it worth your while even the more, because it is what it is.
It is what
But
it
for the weirdos, for the people in their right mind, in their wrong mind, in their left mind, in their high mind, in their low mind. Remind, instruct, direct, tell. Like, share, comment, like, share, comment. But Peggy, most of all, make sure they do what?
Subscribe, dog.
Okay. All right. Let's see who we got in my sight. Big VJ, not the little one. Step up to the mic, remind the people, instruct the people, tell the people, direct the people. Like, share, comment, like, share, comment, like, share, comment, like, share, comment. But most of all, make sure they do what? Subscribe, dog! Yeah.
Okay.
Drop top. Step up to the mic.
I know what you do.
And let the people know what they should do, what they could do, what they would do. But what they got to do is like, share, comment, but drop top, make sure they do what? Subscribe, doggy.
Oh, no, yeah. That kind of.
You get the hang of this.
Yeah.
I like where he at.
No, yeah.
But all y'all 9th graders and all y'all JV, step away and step aside.
Come on.
Cause me and my dog riding in the car riding suicide.
Oh.
Big Jimbo, not the little one. Big Jimbo, not the little one. Big Jimbo. For the people that's here and the people that disappear.
Hey.
Make sure they like, make sure they share, but most of all, make sure they do what? Subscribe!
Woo! But it gets to the top
It get me
here.
every time. It get me every time. And I love it. I like it. I want some more of it. And as we all say it, all together, make sure they like, make sure they share, make sure they comment, but team, make sure they do what? Subscribe, dog! With that being said, let's go on and get into it. First down, viral moment of the week. Let's see what we got.
It's your boy Gillie and Wallow on PG show. And it was some straightening and some humbling going on. Straight like this.
Man, I hate to be harsh, man, but I gotta speak what's the real, how we feeling, man. Bro, you played damn near just as many games as you didn't play, bro. And it's getting to the point now where it's like, man, fuck that shit, man. Rebuild all this shit, man. Because we don't even know if our motherfucking best player gonna be available, man. Like, it ain't no doubt to me that Joel Embiid is the best.
All right, right there, Peggy.
So, Boog, Gillie goes in on Joel Embiid because the best ability is availability. And what he has to say for the Philly fans that he is not available and they never know what they're going to get from their big man, their all-star center. So, Cam, what's your thoughts? Obviously, I'm on the fan side. You on the player side. What's your thoughts from the player's perspective of somebody being available to play when a city needs you to show up?
Let's put this into perspective. Let's talk about the clip first.
Okay.
I appreciate Gillie for keeping it a big buck.
My big buck.
I think that's what everybody can appreciate. But there's more to it than what you may see.
Okay. So what don't we see?
That no matter what you may think, no matter what you may assume, no matter what you may read about, there's still certain things that you still don't know about from the player. Now, with the acquisition of a Paul George, with the acquisition of any type of player, or just knowing that that player is there, there's more assumptions to think that fans just think that players don't want to play. That's not the truth. Circumstances happen, situations happen, messed up things happen. No. And as a player, we would like nothing more than to prove our worth.
Yeah.
And the respect and the honest truth, we would want to prove to you, the fan, probably second, maybe even third. But first, we want to prove it to ourselves that we do belong and we are who we say we are.
You're worth the pay.
No, not like for real. Like the fans are important.
Yeah.
But I think when you think about guys who have not lived up to what their contract dictates, and what their contract dictate is only controversial and subjective to whoever is seeing it. Athletes want to prove more than people give them credit for. So even though I admire, Gillie for speaking up for so many millions, and I mean millions of fans, and it goes outside of just Philly, because every athlete who has been hurt can relate to this, is that, bro, what y'all just think? I don't want to perform? What y'all just think? Like, I just, like, I'm just going to take the money and then run? Like, no, bro. I'm pretty sure if you give Paul George an opportunity to say, hey, bro, like, you trying to win a championship? Of course. Of course. Joel Embiid, like, of course. But things happen, bro. Like, you're playing a lot. There's a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially for a person like myself who's been playing the game of football or played the game of football since I was 7 years old, all the way up into 32 years old. Like, bro, that's a lot of football. And an injury can hold you back from that, from being your best version of yourself. That's from the fans' perspective. Cool. From the player's perspective, it's like, dog, let me tell you that I'm a human first. And I ain't about to take the high road and be like, man, bro, certain things just don't be right.
Yeah.
My body included. The scheme included. Management included. Assist players included. Supporting cast included. So don't just have it one-dimensional. And if we want to keep it a buck, like, he could have retaliated to Gillie and said, hey, bro, we know more about you as a content creator than your rap career. But that would have been petty. Just real talk.
No, that's real.
But since we're keeping it a buck, we got to keep it a buck
all
around
the
thing.
all the way around, yeah.
So please don't be the fan that says, man, if I was making that much money, I would.
Because that is tough, though. Because the contracts are, it's a public thing.
It's public knowledge.
So if you're getting $100 million, bro, come on, bro. And from the fan perspective, I'm like, bro.
Man, and I'll tell you like this.
I'm trying to get you. You got to get out. You got to get out there. And sooner or later, if I'm a season ticket holder, if I'm an avid goer of the game, essentially, I am one of the many people that are paying you to perform. And if you're not performing, it's like, bro, what you doing? What you doing? Like, what we doing? Let's get on with it.
Okay, I'll put it this way.
Because that's how I feel.
Okay, let me tell you how I feel.
What's up?
My stress level is at an all-time low being a content creator rather than being the franchise quarterback. So it's easy for me to just sit back and say, you know what, Paul George, you're right. You missed more games than you played.
No.
But you don't know what Paul George is doing. You don't know what type of investments, sacrifices, and things that he done put his body through.
That's true. Because some of these people can't even perform in regular life after
they're not elite at nothing.
Yeah.
And I would say that again. Most fans are not elite at nothing. But you got the most to say. You got the most to comment. You got most to just tweet about. Man, understand that it's multiple sides to a story and two things can't be true. But if you would have asked the truth from that person, hey, bro, would you have really wanted to play every single game this year? Mm-hmm. But could you? And guess what, Peggy?
What's up?
The other team get paid too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before anybody just lash out and be like, yeah, bro, show you right. Man, understand this, dog. From an athlete to another athlete standing on the table speaking about other, bro, we don't want to be hurt.
Yeah. And this goes to the perfect point of what PG even said in this situation, in this conversation.
Fans can be rough on you. I was cool with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because again, at the end of the day, it's an expectation that they hold. And I respect that. Absolutely. I'm not one that's gonna shy away from that. I want that heat. You know what I mean? I want that pressure. So it just was unfortunate that, like, man, I can't give them everything I got because just my body ain't where it's supposed to be right now. On top of, I need big fella. You know what I mean? And so it did, kind of suck sometimes big fella wasn't available for us. But I can only speak on myself because I know big fella, the way he play, his body, his physicality.
Yeah, but come on, man.
It's going to take a toll on you.
Big
like, just keeping it 100, it's got to take a toll on you.
Big fella be on the floor more than Iverson, man. Come on, man, with that shit, man.
I get it. There's an expectation that people have for players. But are you talking about the player or are you talking about the person and how they play? Because if you're talking about the skill set, yes, whatever. But you still need help. I don't care how dominant. Ask Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson went to the doggone NBA Finals with Eric Snow. And that's no hate towards Eric Snow. It's Raja Bell. Like guys that were unbelievable supporting cast members. But bro, he was playing against Kobe, Shaq, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Ask Anthony Edwards, would he like more from Julius Randle?
Julius Randle.
Oh. Ask Anthony Edwards. Well, hell, he playing like Julius Randle. 5 points, 6 points. Bruh, we need help. You need help. I don't want to botch up the man's name, but bro, you playing like a pedestrian. Julius Randle. 5, and I put this on me. I can put 5 points up.
In the NBA playoffs.
Yes! Bro, 5 points. Bro, you give me 30 minutes to score 5 points, bro, I cherry pick for them.
That's 2 putbacks and a free throw.
That's a putback and a cherry pick and a free throw. 6 points in one game. Just think about it. He had 5 points, and then he had 6 points. We're talking about an NBA starter. What? Not a bench, not six man, not coming up. You start.
So on this, though.
I'm telling you, the moral of the story is people need help, and their body needs to comply. It's a lot. It's so much that goes into it, fan. So why are you sitting up here? Man, Paul George, you made an 80 ball, 60 million. Like, bro, it's not that simple. Of course, the money counts, but bro, What about the ownership? What about management?
But I do like the fact that Paul George says he welcomes the Heat because that's a rite of passage to a star player. If you're one of your players that's not really the star or not really a person, a game changer, if they get hurt, you be like, all right, we got somebody else up. But if one of your stars get hurt and they're not available and people like, well, we need you, I feel like that is a testament to how good you are. It's just like somebody that's not there and you don't even recognize them not being there.
Let me put it
That's the lemonade of the part.
Okay, whatever. What I'm going to tell you is this. It only could be one Peggy.
What you mean?
Every year, it only can be one team that's going to be an NBA champion for the 2024-2025 basketball season. There's only going to be one Super Bowl. There's going to be only one World Series champion. So what are we talking about here? That means that, football-wise, there's 31 other teams.
We're just saying give us, as fans, the best chance to win.
We are trying as players more than what you may even think. So while you getting drunk, critiquing a player at the nearest pub, at the nearest wing spot, or in the confines of your living room, bruh, it's more to the story. I'm doing more. Bruh, I didn't come here hurt, or I may have came here hurt, and I'm trying to rehab. But what y'all asking me to do, y'all got this Prius going up, or y'all got this Porsche going up this hill, and I'm like, whoa, but it's a steep hill. Not only that, you got somebody on my back, jeez. And not only that, I'm getting hell, I'm getting trash, tomatoes thrown at my window shield from the fans who's supposed to be on my team. I'm trying. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying.
They talking about try harder.
I'm trying harder too.
But one thing I would
ask this:
talk to me.
y'all got that gun pointed at me, give me this gun. Let me point it back at you. What have you ever been good at?
And I was gonna say
no.
What?
Let that sizzle. What have you ever been good at, fan? It's not that easy. If it was this easy,
everybody would.
You would be doing this. Make your point, Peggy.
No, I'm just saying. Even the question for the fan is, in your line of work, do you even got perfect attendance?
In your line of work, are you at lead at what you're doing? Because let me tell you something, Peggy.
What's up?
Unfortunately and fortunately, think about what your job title is and look around and say, can a robot do what I'm doing?
That's real.
Because if it can,
sooner or later, it will.
It will. Talking about AI. All right, what AI you talking about? You talking about the Philadelphia AI. I'm talking about the Jeff Bezos AI.
Okay, because they better do you like practice.
I'm trying to tell you, I am legend, yo, behind. On out, we gon' reinvent who you are with your analytic. Blah, 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 I would typically do it like this. They not even answering the phone. You think you talking to somebody. It's somebody on the other line that's a robot. Chat GPT, man. One thing that I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm actively trying to find a robot to support and assist me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm really am.
There's only one to do it. Ain't no robot can do this, player.
Yeah, all right.
No
but while we are actively searching, ain't nobody can do what this guy can do, and that guy is by the name of Peggy.
There's only one to do it. What's good, bud? Yeah! Come on now. Ain't no robot gonna push it like that, bro. I'm pushing P, man.
I'm trying to tell you, but you see the voice box is a little stretched.
Nah, it's because I can change it up. That's special effects. Special effects.
How was your weekend, Peggy?
Well, I was pushing P, but my weekend was good, man. Memorial Day weekend. Was able to kick it, man. Atlanta Jazz Fest. I was out there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Good vibe.
You was out there?
Yeah, with the peoples. Then I went out to, Saturday or Sunday. Sunday really be my day at the church. I'll pop out So they had a good little block party, little outside vibe.
Peggy, you be outside, bro.
Bro, I
like where you at, Peg.
I'm trying to tap into the city, bro.
Ain't no wrong with that. You a socialite.
Yeah. I'm trying to reach out and touch. You feel me?
But were you successful?
It's always a success, my brother.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? I got perfect attendance.
That's cool.
Peggy. Perfect attendance,
That's
Peggy.
cool.
Pushing P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah, I seen, man, matter of fact, I seen you with your brother.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people at the Jazz Fest.
It was.
For the people who don't necessarily know what is the Jazz Fest and just the energy around it.
So Atlanta Jazz Festival is in Piedmont Park. It's thousands of people that's just there. Bring your lawn chair, bring your blanket, your snacks, whatever. It's good jazz and R&B music, mostly jazz. And it's just like a family-friendly type event. It's really chill, you know what I'm saying, for a mature crowd. You know what I'm saying? People got their tents up. People really be decking out, bringing tables that they're eating at. They got vendors. And it's just like a whole bunch of people, and it's just good vibes. It's so chill. People got their incense out. They got their stogies. They got their wine, their liquor, whatever. Yeah, it's just.
Me, Peggy.
Man, I told you to pull up, bro. I told you to pull up.
I was busy this weekend.
But then what was you doing? Even though I'm in Atlanta too, I'm also repping my city. You know what I'm saying?
I see where you at.
Grandmama, you know.
Larry Johnson?
Larry Johnson. But that was my weekend, bud. What about yours?
Man, I was serving people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Giving back with my time, energy, effort, and presence. And we had the Memorial Day Classic 7-on-7 event. See one there. Appreciate everybody who showed up. Man, we had them all come from Florida.
Yeah.
We had them come from D.C.
Tennessee.
We had them come from Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Atlanta, Georgia, like all across Georgia, man. You know, folks came from LaGrange and you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of people, bro, and I appreciate that. You know, I saw a hater at one of the things in my experience was like, bro, don't knock it. You should try it. You know, they played one of the songs. Oh, this man over here, he looking at me from afar.
It was a hater, huh?
A big one.
Big hater.
A small one.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was Peggy. Peggy was
You
on the
probably
mic.
knocked your block off.
He was mad. And he'll say, bro, why you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but I ain't had my, where them fans? I ain't got no fans.
Nah, you
bro.
ain't doing no fans.
I ain't doing that. I got fans, but I ain't doing the fans.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Don't let that sizzle in your spirit. Other than that, man, yesterday too, or Memorial Day specifically, I had people at the crib, real intimate, just boom.
Why you ain't invite me over?
Because Peggy, I said intimate. I ain't want, people to just be messing up my vibes and my energy.
You know
we was playing spades. Peggy, you don't really know how to play spades.
Yes, I do know how to play
You
spades.
don't, bro. Peggy, you barely know how to shuffle.
I be hating, bro. Come see me. Come see about me, bro.
Like, that's the thing. Don't be the dude, and this is a cultural law. Let me get my, this is culture 101.
Dum.
Bruh, if you don't know how to play spades, download a spade app and learn that way.
Okay.
Don't try to be the bully on the table like, bro, y'all ain't let me play. Well, I ain't. Look, bro, that's why you carry around multiple decks of cards. You know what I'm saying? You got the G League. You got the real professionals. You got the Canadian League over there.
Did you win?
Did I? And again and again.
Man, can't I swear he
And
so good
then,
at spades.
this is the thing. I'm going to tell you how I know if you don't know how to play spades or not. If you don't know how to shuffle, Peggy.
I know how to shuffle. I
That's
play
cool.
tonk.
Like, bro, that's fine. But most people don't know how to, they tell them, anybody can say this. You know how to play spades? Okay, cool. You know how to shuffle? All right, cool. Boom. Here.
You tell by the shuffle.
Here. Go and shuffle that deck.
Bro, give me some cards. I'll shuffle real
You
quick.
feel me? Like, nah, you ain't got it, Peggy.
Man, please. Y'all come see about me.
You know what I'm saying? That's culture 101. If you don't know how to shuffle, because then that gives you that comfort. You start, you know what I mean? And then, like, you got to have a solid, it's a whole different lingo with spades. That's what you don't understand.
I know the lingo.
Now, my other people, they like playing poker. No, we don't do no poker.
Tonk, speed.
Tongue,
That's on me.
speed.
Spade.
Speed is childish.
You started, that's what I'm saying. I started off with my speed.
No, bro. A grown adult's playing speed in a competitive, that's a family game. That's like Monopoly. That's like Candyland.
We play spade, speed, tonk.
Nah. Tongue is gambling, man. But my weekend was nothing less of amazing.
Well,
Oh, another thing, matter of fact, I'm sorry, Peggy, you know I love this. Bro, my kids, all right, we got a chicken coop, right? Because, you know, got a little farm on our property. Bro, one of the things that I enjoyed most about this weekend, my little brother had the kids do a competition about trying to pick up the chickens.
Oh, chasing chickens.
Chasing chickens. Oh my goodness. It was so like heartwarming just to see your kids run around and try to pick up and then you see them little hens and chickens, they just running around. Ah, get him. I didn't think I would have that much fun, but it was pretty cool.
Did you jump out there?
Nah.
You was too chicken?
Nah. Call it what you want. Somebody had to get the content.
Okay.
Turkey. Here we go. Next clip, man.
All right, man, this is a young man's sport, and we talking about the birth of Gen Z taking over on social media and following and in the game of basketball right now. So say hello to our first Gen Z NBA champion. So one of the champions this year will be a Gen Z star. And when we talk about the average age of NBA teams. Right now we have 24.6 will be the average age of OKC. The Pacers as the average age of 26. Minnesota is 27. New York Knicks is 27. So all of these people are Gen Z. Now when you get up to the 30s, like LA, Boston, Golden State, you know, Lakers and the Clippers, those are the millennials, and they have been eliminated, all right? So the 4 teams left are all Gen Z players.
I'll tell you another thing, Peggy, that was extremely interesting for me to find out.
What's up?
This is the first time all Gen Z was all award winners. You had the MVP, player of the most valuable player, defensive player, rookie of the year, obviously, sixth man, the most improved. All Gen Z. That's crazy.
But it's a new show, Sheriff in town.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. But to my surprise too, all of them were American except for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Cool.
SGA. If I botched it up, I'm sorry.
SGA.
Lord Jesus.
But so does that go against what you're saying as a foreigners taking over the game?
No.
Because the most valuable player is
hello. Stay with me.
All right.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm going for you. Okay, USA. Like I'm USA all the way. But bruh, we gotta keep making sure that we are getting better and better, because if we don't, you got somebody over there, wherever they may be, coming into these, you know, Americanized leagues and taking over.
Well, they're taking over on the court now on social media.
And let me say this. Let me say this too, because it sounds like I'm not welcoming to other cultures, ethnicities, and races or whatever. I'm not. I'm just holding the standard of accountability or awareness, making it aware that like people play these sports other places and they're damn good at that. So go ahead.
The young guns are killing it on the court. All right. On social media, it is the old heads that are killing it, as LeBron James has 159 million followers on Instagram. All right, Steph Curry is coming in second. It's a landslide with 58 million. Russell Westbrook at 22 million. Kyrie at 20, and the list goes on. You got Lonzo Ball at 18.1 million. So on social media, it's so different from
the reality.
The reality, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you cannot be the best player in the world or in the sport, but might have the most following, you know?
But it's also, this goes to just the reach of the sport. Because I would say still, like Tom Brady has the most followers as former and active football players, but look who it is. Like, his wife was ex-wife was a global sensation. You know, Odell. Odell has popped up at soccer games, what is it? Formula One events. Like, these guys are global figures.
Does that hold any weight though? Having those many followers on social media or whatnot? No. Like, to you? You don't think so?
People think just because you got that many followers, you got that much money in your bank account. When I'm looking at this list, all of them may have all that.
Yeah, they have all that. They got it.
But
they got that money.
Just a regular influencer with all this, because there's some people that's out there that got like tens of millions of followers, and it's like, but they still staying at home with their mama.
But it's so crazy. It's like Alonzo Ball has,
man, give me the money. Y'all can
18
keep the
million. He got more followers than Kevin Durant. You know
that's
what I'm
cool.
saying?
That's all. Give me the money.
Yeah,
I'll take the money.
But it also proves though too, whatever you do on the court, you still have to be about your business off the court too to grow your brand. So I think even in these years to come, you might have people that might not even play, that just might be cool in real life off the court that might have a following.
You're right, Peggy. So here we go. Next clip.
All right, your boy Travis Hunter. I just want to get married. My boy just got married this past weekend
at the altar in
your
your
white dress. We ain't getting no younger, so we might as well do it.
Might as well do it. Man, hold on, man. Shout out to
Yeah, shout out my boy Travis. Congratulations
you feel me?
to the Hunters.
And you know, his wife, LL Cool J, you know, L. She cool, man. Opportunity to just speak with her multiple times, but just, she's been the punching bag, and it's unfortunate. But guess what, baby? Guess what? Who laughing now?
Yeah.
Who laughing now? And I'm so happy for Travis because this young man has done everything asked and some. And I'm grateful just to be able to know his family, know his mom, strong woman. His younger brother obviously is on the team, but bro, this dude has done everything as a model citizen.
Yeah.
And yet people still, but play the clip.
It's him in full excitement at his wedding.
This is funny because as we were prepping for this show, right? One of the producers, Brennan Cole, was like, yo, I don't know how to ask this question, but is this like a cultural thing that, you know, people give, you know, their significant others a car? It's like, no, that's I got money.
I got money now.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get her whatever she want.
Yeah.
But no, on a serious note, bro, people love to project their fears on other people. And when you think about a guy like Travis Hunter, who's been nothing less but a model citizen, is a person like myself who is not married, right?
Me neither.
We knew that, Peggy. A person who's not married, you get the flag. Why don't you, man, you keep having all these babies, man, marry the girl. You got a dude that's literally doing what the status quo is to marry, and it's still issues. Oh, they didn't sign a prenup. It's so many things that people gonna talk about regardless. So the moral of the story, bro, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Man, just be happy. And it is abundantly clear that this man is extremely happy. So I'm rooting for him in every single way, shape, because they're doing it their way.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? And I just keep wishing nothing but success for that couple, new marriage couples, and don't prove them wrong, prove you guys right.
Yeah.
Here we go, second down, questionable call of the week. Let's see what we got.
All right, man. Obviously, in this game of media, it has been some wild takes, and we have the top 5 wildest, craziest sports takes.
I don't even remember if I've ever seen LeBron posterize somebody.
With the game on the line, one shot, who would you rather have taking it, Iggy or Curry?
Of everyone on Golden State, open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I want Iguodala.
Oh, boy, you stupid.
I look at the NBA, which I've watched for 4 decades, and I say this now with Ben Simmons. Hey, LeBron, we're good, bro.
Man.
You can go.
You can go.
Don't have to. You can hang around. Still great, but you can go.
But hold on. Press pause, bro. Press pause. Press pause. Press pause. And I mean, you try to jam the space bar. You'll give guys like Max Kellerman, Skip Bayless, Colin Cowherd grace and say, oh, you ain't never played. It goes back to now that athletes have platforms to speak on anything. And when we do, you didn't play basketball, how you get, but they've been making terrible takes for years.
But I would say this though, as athletes, I think from the viewer's standpoint, it's like, especially if you make a bad take in football, right? Thinking like, you know better. You played the game.
I haven't.
But I'm saying, well, you haven't made a bad take.
It may not have been a popular pick, but I haven't made it a bad take because every take that I've had merit to it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, they have merit to it, but that don't dictate that it's the right merit.
No. To ever fix your lips to say that you're taking Iguodala when you had, at that point in time, you had the Splash Brothers reign.
And you had, but Iguodala also too, I would say this, did win MVP of the finals. I'm not saying that was the right take, but if I had to have some merit to it, it's like, well, he won MVP finals. I mean, he was the MVP of the NBA finals.
I'll put it like this.
But now the Ben Simmons,
I don't know all sports. I don't know all sports, but I do know strategies of most sports. When somebody is strategizing for a sport, they're going to say, this person is not going to beat us. Mm-hmm. That person is not going to beat us. If that person beat us, we're good. Iguodala was a recipient of that, having shots, being open. And I'm not trying to downplay.
But they had a lot of other people to focus on.
Yes.
And he did his job.
He made them pay.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. Yeah. Keep going. Let me hear these numbnuts.
Here are my second 10, okay? Yeah. I've got Akeem, I've got Oscar, I got Dr. J. These are all better than Steph right here, right now.
Okay, stop. Skip, he has, and will have an out-of-body experience. And not to mention, one of the ultimate disrespects of Skip Bayless takes that he had was to go out on a limb and say Johnny Manziel will dethrone LeBron James as far as relevancy in the city of Cleveland. When he said that, my ears permanently turned mute to what he had to say. So much so that if my house was on fire or was not on fire, and this person were to wake me up and say, Cam, your house on fire, and I would look up and say, Skip, okay, I will happily turn right back over and go back to sleep because I knew without a shadow of a doubt what he is telling me is not what the reality is.
That ain't the real. It ain't the gospel.
I don't smell no smoke. That's just my cigar burning. Next one.
Got David Robinson. You think not?
No.
Karl Malone,
no.
Second all-time leading scorer.
No.
Right? Oh, stop it.
No.
I got Bill Walton.
No.
Oh, stop it.
No.
You have no idea what you're talking about. I got James Harden ahead of Steph Curry right here, right now. Hey. Everything that I've seen.
Is Kawhi actually a better player?
Hold on, press pause. That was probably one of the takes. And granted, I'm a little skewed because I never saw Bill Walton play. I saw Karl Malone play, right? The mailman. I didn't appreciate his game at that time because of my youthfulness. Mm-hmm. But let's not forget, James Harden was that guy.
Yeah, he was.
And is still an elite scorer. You know what I'm saying? So I can take that, but all the other takes.
But Curry changed the game.
Yeah, for sure. But go ahead.
Bryant.
Yes, he is. Kobe, no one had more heart than Kobe.
That's
like Kobe's not scared of anything. But because Kobe was the best bad shot maker who ever lived, he would take a lot of bad shots under pressure because he knew he could make them. But just look at how often he made them.
Kawhi over Kobe. And something in the punch.
That's cool, but we have to protect the legends, bro. Like when you get into that shrine of, okay, people don't realize that it is a large body of work, which makes a person great.
Yeah, for sure.
Time after time, they've made plays on top of plays on top of plays. So when you're comparing greats like Jordan, when you're comparing greats like Steph, when you're comparing greats like LeBron, when you're comparing greats like Tom, when you're comparing greats like Peyton, when you're comparing greats like Peggy.
There you go. Buggy.
Nah, one of them names didn't fit in there.
It might have been Tom on one of them. Peggy, no.
To the point, like, bro, people ain't giving that much credit, and they loosely use names, forgetting the body of work that they did time after time. And that's just my whole take. And let me say this, and it's all entertainment. So that's what it really comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Media, as well as sports media, it's all entertainment. They get paid regardless to make these bogus takes. And do you agree with it? But it's all entertainment, bro.
But is it do you give, I mean, everybody messes up. Doctors mess up. You know what I'm saying? People mess up.
A doctor mess up, boy.
That's the life of it.
So I'm going to say it like this. If a mechanic mess up, that car goes into the junkyard. If a doctor mess up, that body goes into the graveyard.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So if everybody's able to mess up, but how many like bad takes do you have before it's like, bro, we don't listen to you no more?
It's all entertainment, baby.
So some of these bad takes get the ratings. You think it's on purpose?
I give you a perfect example of a person who makes too many bad takes. But it's all entertainment. And people love to see him. Charles Barkley. He's not afraid to make a take on something from, I don't like San Antonio to win this particular series because there ain't no pretty people in San Antonio. That's what he said. Like this is an iconic take, but people love to see what he has to say or don't like to say, and then they love to critique it. Going back to it's all entertainment.
So a lot of these takes don't age well. And I just want to say this is yes or no. Game changer, game manager take that you had. Did it age well?
I'm standing on that 10 toes down with my heels planted on this God green earth. There's only 4 that's in the game of football right now. And still, I'm not going back on that.
That's it.
Next question. And hold up, I will say this.
Who are the 4?
There's only 4.
Name them
and
real
they
quick.
all are in the AFC. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. That is it. NFC. There's well-capable players, but like I just said, it's a large body of work. Only person that I just named that did not have an MVP yet. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, MVP. Lamar Jackson, MVP. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. Joe Burrow, pending.
And then he had an MVP season.
Hello.
His team just didn't.
Hello. He didn't have a defense. He had a team. He didn't have a defense.
All right.
Going back to, man, I'm old. Golly, what more can I do? What more can I say? Man, next clip, man.
Here's how Syracuse is handling the NIL, and they're handling their athletes like pros.
People here, all right, in college, they like, oh, these kids get all this money. They don't know how to act with it. But forever to keeping y'all alive. So tell the people, if you do what, you get dark.
We get fines for you miss more than 2 absences in class, you got class checkers. If you don't have your jug or your tablet for like filming
that's
everything.
$50.
$50.
Yeah, every time a coach see you without it, though.
You don't make weight. You gotta lose 2 pounds or gain 2 pounds.
Oh, this a league.
Yeah, but you weigh in 3 times. So like on Monday, it's kind of like more lenient. Wednesday, you kind of want to be there, and then on Friday, if you're not there,
Friday, if you ain't
quarter.
there, you
a quarter.
Yeah, a quarter.
Your monthly check.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk to me about
we have to stop acting as if these athletes aren't professional athletes.
Yeah. These professionals.
They're no longer amateurs.
They're getting real money.
They're getting real salaries now, baby. Anything upwards of 6 figures is real salaries.
Yeah, facts.
And even up under 6 figures.
It's a real salary to somebody.
Real salaries, bro.
Yeah.
And I love that they're holding these players accountable because you can't, when I was playing in college, the programs were led off of fear. Fear of early morning workouts, fear of punishment workouts, fear of just not playing. right? Nowadays, what you gonna tell a kid when a coach is making $300,000, $400,000, $1 million, somebody else making just as much, if not more? That's the remedy of the league. I'm not about to go back and forth with you, dude. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna go and hit you where it hurt most.
Did
that. I'm going to pockets. Because used to they used to punish you with your body.
Yeah.
Had to do boards and have to do like 5, 8, like, oh, man, no, we ain't going back and forth with you.
Yeah, I ain't.
I'm gonna hit that coin. See, while you all on Instagram flexing and they treat it like, what they call it, the collective or something like that.
Yeah.
Before you even see your check, they gonna get paid first.
I got
so
mine.
then, hold on. He got docked for a quarter for missing weight. He didn't have his water jug. He didn't have his tablet. And not only that, he snapped on the coach.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Them one of them words to end it. Don't worry about it. When somebody say that, you know, it's some middle.
It's just the disappointment. It's just like, bro, I don't got to argue with you, young man.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't act right.
They got a thing called dock and pay, and they also got a thing called the transfer portal. And you can hit it because somebody going to hit it, and we going to go in there and dabble in that talent.
Do you think this right here will prepare these athletes better for the NFL, though?
No. This right here will prepare these athletes for life. Because I tell you like this, Peggy, you ain't show up today. All right, cool. If I didn't show up today, all right, cool. You didn't want to show up on time? Bet. You're going to start seeing it in the numbers. You're affecting your bank account either way, directly or indirectly. And that's what these kids are under the obliviousness of, like, bro, you can't just transfer jobs.
No, you can't do that.
You can't do that, bro.
You might get a new one, but you got to start from scratch somewhere. And then the thing is, you can't get this type of money and don't think something new is coming with it.
And the accountability that
the
comes
responsibility and accountability.
Come on, bro.
Because now, hey, we ain't doing no more burpees, no more push-ups.
We ain't doing all that. I ain't even arguing with you, bro.
We pushing pennies up out that bank account.
Pennies, nickels, and dimes.
Okay.
You get enough of them that's going to hit them dollars.
All right.
5s, 10s, and 20s. An old Big Ben. Here we go, next clip.
All right, in the heat of the moment, Britney Griner had some words to say to the ref. She was checking. She was getting some straightening in on live TV.
By Autumn Johnson.
BG, right now you have 10 points, 5 rebounds. We see the Atlanta Dream as being very...
Right now she's talking to the refs about holding. We're going to send it back to you guys. Very important questions.
Do effing better. All right. So she did this. What is the mid-post-game interview. She was upset. She did this while the interview was going on. You know what I'm saying? When you seen the dude come in like, hold on. That's how you know this is off the script. So, Cam, is this okay? How should she handle this? You know, and as an athlete, when you're in the moment, you know the feelings.
Yes.
So tell me what's your thoughts on that.
I think the whole experience of in-game, pre-game, and post-game conversation has to be considered that, bro, people are still in that mental state.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be mad at her.
She in warrior mode still.
Yeah, she hasn't came down from the impact of what just happened or what's happening right now. So ESPN, so Fox, so ABC, so TNT, y'all want to keep these real, experiences going.
It's a part of the experience.
It's just what comes with it.
She gonna get that fine though.
I don't even know if she gets a fine. But how can you get a fine when you're asking a player who is playing a game to be professional? It's like she's trying to win. Her job responsibility first is to win.
That's why she's getting the interview.
That's why thank you. So do you fine her? Absolutely not. Just understand what comes with the interview that you're in search of. I ain't mad at her. everybody doesn't have that ability to compartmentalize their emotions in real time. I know I don't.
Yeah.
And you can't say, man, I would, man, I'm getting paid a lot of money. But you're still a competitor in that competitive state of mind.
Let me ask you this though: is media training, does it help with that? Like in the heat of the moment discussions, it's like, I done trained this over and over again. That, all right, let me take a break, whatever.
Yeah, let me take a break, whatever.
But she didn't get no break.
Thank you.
That's
She still got a jersey on. She still got sweat coming out of her forehead, and she's still in that mode, bro. And I don't think a lot of people take that into consideration, even though there was a campaign from Charles Barkley a couple years ago, a lot of years ago, that said, I am not a role model. And it's true. Like we put these athletes, entertainers on such a pedestal that they forget that they're still human beings. And when a human is in a situation, who knows what's going to happen? And you could be as professional as could be, but everybody's trigger moment is different. And when you're triggered, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Third down, fan question of the week. Let's see what we got.
Here we go. It's not a question, but it's really a thank you. So Laurie Barf 7 said, just want to thank you, Cam, for cleaning up your show without cursing. So appreciative. People are seeing the things. People seeing the change. It's a family show. Everybody, kids, mamas, daddies, aunties, uncle, grandma,
Man, it's
everybody.
crazy. Like,
come watch the show.
We had a couple people over for Memorial Day, man. And one of my shout out to my little nephew, Little 30. We call him 30 because he's the third, Cecil Jr. or Cecil the third. And my sister-in-law was telling me, she was like, man, I just want you to know that your nephew watches all your videos before he goes to sleep. And I was like, oh, whoa.
What video?
Which ones? Then she said, Funky Friday. I said, hell, whoa, 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 whoa. But that just lets you know, like, yo, people are watching the content. And I don't want to shy away from anybody, from Gen Z, millennials, baby boomers, whatever you want, whatever generation you're a part of. I have to hold myself to a higher standard to be more welcoming for all people to partake in my content. So I appreciate the accountability. It's a definite constant work in progress that I'm trying to continuously work on. But when you got constituents and colleagues that just get the, you be trying me, Peggy. Yeah, all right, slow down.
Oh, pause. Yo, chill, bro, chill, bro. I ain't think about that one, dog. I ain't think about that one. I ain't do the flag in a minute, dog.
Don't worry about it. Here we go, but I'm trying, man. Appreciate you guys for noticing. Here we go, next one.
All right. 3 Rick with AQ says, do quarterbacks have to account for the wind like kickers do in windy conditions?
Listen, I'm going to take you back real quick. And I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago when Mac Jones and Bill Belichick, they played the Buffalo Bills. And they probably had 1 pass or 2 passes.
Because it was windy?
It was extremely windy. Yes. Like that affects, ball flight. It affects accuracy. It affects so much.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Have you ever seen that, though? You drop back and you see the wind kind of take away?
Yeah, for sure. Bro, when you play the game as long as I played it, whether in rec ball, high school, college, or professionally, there's going to be so many different elements of weather that you're going to play in. I would prefer to play in snow rather than rain.
Yeah.
Because just because it's snowing doesn't mean that it's freezing cold. But when it's raining, especially that mist, that sneezing rain, oh man, you can't get a good grip on the ball. If you can't get a good grip on the ball, you can't manipulate with accuracy. And it just affects so much.
But I want to ask you, though, do you throw the ball differently in the wind? So it's like I'm not going for a deep Hail Mary. It's like short intermediate routes. Am I throwing the ball harder to cut through? Am I not, it's not as much
not necessarily
velocity
the
on the ball?
wind, more so than the rain.
Okay.
Because when it's raining, now you got to take into consideration, if you're throwing a slant, now accuracy-wise, you want to throw it at him.
Put it on his chest.
Yes, like a body catch.
Because
you're catching something that's slippery. In regular situations, normal situations, you would try to throw it where he's going. So now he can extend and catch it and keep going. But when it's raining, like you would try to get it into the vicinity that he can, really have a body catch.
That makes sense.
And try to do that while people are trying to bust your head wide open. Here we go, next clip.
EJ_man33 said, Cam keeping it a buck. All right, so Cam keeping it a buck. Where do all the pretty girls shop?
Fashion Nova.
Online, player.
Bruh, let me tell you something. Girls have been doing this for years, and I respect all my queens that's out there.
What's up?
They'll wear a $15 sundress and attach it with some Gucci glasses, a Louis Vuitton purse.
Oh, my goodness.
Some anklet.
Them accessories be.
Lord have mercy. And then old Versace scarf.
Oh, man.
Come on now. But the dress look painted on you, baby, and I love it.
Want some more of it.
Want some more of it. I'm speaking for my friends now.
She's speaking for me.
You dig what I'm saying? For the love of Peg.
For the love of Peg.
For the pursuit of Peggy.
Come on now. Still waiting on my show. It's time to go.
Come on now. Lean in,
Peggy. I'm leaning in.
Let the people know, man. OG Collins.
Follow me.
Slide in them DMs.
Come on now.
But you got to slide in his agent's DM first to get clearance.
I do not approve that message.
She did. Here we go, man. Next clip.
J. Beebs said, would you get in a boxing match with TJ Watt?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I was about to say.
No.
Would you ever go up and do boxing against anybody?
Bro, I'm not doing that.
What if the bag is like?
I'm not doing that.
Never say never.
Let me see what that bag talking about first, and then.
All right, now we're talking.
But I'm not doing that. Why? I'm straight. Like, why? Because one thing about them clips don't die.
Yeah, but you always could be straight turn.
That man, listen, bro. I'm cool. I ain't greedy.
Yeah.
I'm realistic, like, bro.
I ain't greedy.
I like where I'm at.
I got mine.
I'm straight, bro.
I'm
if I get anything extra, bro, I'm playing with house money. Bro, I'm straight. I ain't desperate now.
I ain't desperate, bro.
Dog, no.
I'm looking to make some bread, but I ain't
too many
desperate.
people who I thought could fight because of their aura or what they've shown in the past. But when they get in that ring, it's a different beast.
They start to lean. Fat Joe, lean back.
Adrian Peterson, shout out to my dog, not Antonio Brown, Adrian Peterson, Ocho Cinco, Adam Pac-Man Jones. Like, bro, man, when you go into that boxing ring, bro, it's a whole different
That
animal.
ain't no street fight.
It ain't no street fight. I just keep it respectful. Like, hey, dog. Now we fighting in the streets. It's a whole different bylaws and requirements that's needed. And I love me, but I don't want to show nobody that side of me. You feel what I'm saying? I'm good where I'm at. Showing up to work every day with my good people, Jimbo, VJ, Double D, Drop Top, and then you gotta have the misfits, and I see Peggy every now and then.
There you go.
Don't let them know that I hate them, but I just say hi and bye.
We got to put this match on. Book me.
Yeah, Peggy.
Book me.
It won't be for the love of Peg.
It's going to be for the Peggy punch.
Peggy will be on CPR.
Please.
You feel what I'm saying? That man going to be needing a blood transfusion.
But Cam going to be on D&D, mess with Peggy.
Yeah. Ooh. Here we go, 4th down. Newton's Law, Peggy. What do we have?
We got the real story behind the NFL culture and breaking the mold in the NFL, the No Fun League. All right? So we got a lot of trailblazers that had their own parts, into breaking the mold in the NFL. Obviously, you all are a mass sport, but you've been able to show your culture through your cleats and your fashion. All right, so
not show our culture, show our creativity. Show our uniqueness, and show our boldness outside of the game.
Let me set up the scene. So the NFL was used to no dancing, no custom cleats, no personality. All right, more QBs out of all people. Obviously, you was the face of the team. It was more to be expected to be robotic, no flavor. Just go out there, do your job, and go home. You know?
Ramen noodles without the season.
Ramen noodles, straight out the packet, no water. Just the oodle, no noodle. Okay? So, then we had some changing of the energy. All right? So, we had a guy by the name of Cam Newton. All right? We're just using him as an example. He brought joy, passion, and personality to the game. All right? And that's 2015. It really sparked a lot. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers went almost undefeated, but had a great, stellar season. But within that season, obviously, you all had cultural moments, full team celebrations, and a lot of style on the field with the cleats and your expression. So you did your warm-ups different from a lot of people. You know, you had your one-on-one cleats, one of a kind that really paid homage to what you was going through at the time or what was going on in the world, or just your fashion, your style, or who you were, a kid from College Park. So it just didn't stop there. You have other people in the game, such as OBJ, which he quoted and said he invented the cleat game. Let's be honest. We're just going to pause right there, okay? Because obviously you was in the league before OBJ, and it's not you or him. Obviously, even before you had...
Shout out to Odell.
Yeah, Odell. You had your Deions. You had your Bo Jacksons. You had different people that had their own flair to the game.
But I will say this. Myself and Odell is part of a very, very small group of football players who got their signature shoe, not just a signature cleat. Well, supposedly, that's why Odell had a grievance with Nike.
Yeah.
But this all stemmed when there was a comment that said Odell was the creator of the custom cleat game. Now, granted, Odell came into the league around 2013.
You was there 2002?
I was there 2011.
2011. So
you dig what I'm saying? Not only that, I will say Odell is responsible for the custom glove game and accessories.
Break down accessories.
Accessories is, bro, Odell will wear club-ready jewelry.
Elaborate on your club.
Bruh, he had Richard Milles. He had Rolexes. This man had $250,000, if not more, $1 million worth of jewelry pre-game, bro, during the game, bro. So when I see guys like Justin Jefferson, when I see guys like Jamar Chase, when I see guys like CeeDee Lamb, when I see guys like Tyreek Hill, all these guys, it came from something. No different than what I saw when I came into the league. There were guys that I looked up to, the Bo Jacksons of the world, the Deion Sanders of the world, the Randall Cunninghams of the world, and the Broadway Joes of the world. And it's no denying that everybody did their part in carrying the torch for the next person. I'm just glad to say that I did my part, because there was not a lot of ways of expressing yourself outside of football by way of just touchdown celebrations in the NFL. When I first came into the league in 2011, they were not highlighting outfits. They were not highlighting the walk-ups. They were not highlighting, the cleats. They were not highlighting anything post-game either. It was just, talk to us about the game, blah, 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 blah. Now, what triggered my thought process was, I remember during my rookie year, that was when LeBron James was in Miami.
Okay.
Right? And I said to myself, I was watching him, walk into the tunnel, the entrance tunnel, going to the locker room. And, they have this 15-second piece where everybody's walking, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, as they're entering the locker room. And I was like, we don't have that in the NFL. But basketball players have 82 opportunities to showcase their uniqueness. I was like, don't worry about it.
Because you got 16.
At that time, I only had 16. So I'm going to make sure that every one of these 16, I'm going to tell a story. I'm going to create some type of buzz with that. Some of them flopped and some of them banged. No. But either way,
I'm going to do my thing.
I'm going to do my thing.
Come on now. Come on, bro. We on the same Wi-Fi.
So this is where everything kind of sparked. I was like, yo, bro. I was working with Under Armour at the time. Shout out to Under Armour. And I was like, yo, I want to be different. So we're in talks and negotiations about creating a custom cleat. And still to this day, the highlight cleat, which was the moon boot, you know, that people attach Cam Newton to. I was like, bro, I need a pregame cleat and I need an actual game cleat. Why? Because during that time, you couldn't even wear any other color outside of black or white. And who decided what you wear was your equipment manager.
Yeah.
So our team, the Carolina Panthers, we had black cleats, and you couldn't wear any other cleat color. The next year, you could do team colors, but it had to be black. You could not wear white. So then when I would wear white cleats, I would get fined. Celebrations and celebratory acts in the end zone, you couldn't use props. So
people did it, but they got fined.
They got fined. So I'll tell you this, even going back to my first rushing touchdown in the NFL versus the Arizona Cardinals, I dove over the top and my celebration was emulating that Jack in the Box, but I was using the football as a prop. And it was synonymous to, that was my coming out party. Anybody knows like a Jack in the Box, you wind it up, you wind it up, so I'm winding it up, and then boom, I'm popping out. You feel what I'm saying? That was my story, a message behind that celebration. Well, I get a slip in my locker that following week saying that I could not use a football for a prop. So to see where we are now with the game and guys like Odell, guys like Ocho, guys like Terrell Owens, guys like Steve Smith, guys, real showmen of the game that took pride in saying, okay, Antonio Brown, right, who you just couldn't wait to see them score a touchdown and what they would do. So
let me, before you even move forward, was that slip, was that a warning or that was the actual fine?
No, that was a fine. If you get fined, you don't get warning.
They
you get a fine. You could appeal it. And then that could be a warning, but if you don't appeal it, that's coming out of your end of the year check.
And how you appeal it? You have to call somebody?
You got to call the person at the PA or the lead. And your agent, that's why your agent will set up the call and pick up a time. It wouldn't necessarily be that time. You have to schedule a call. That call may have been 2 weeks after or a week after, or sometimes even the week of, and then they approve it or dissolve it. So that's the league that I came into. So self-expression was not even a realistic thing. That wasn't something that football players had an opportunity to do because, once again, we are masked athletes. There wasn't a lot of players like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Odell, Cam Newton, who was recognizable outside of the game. So when those opportunities came where you say, hey, let's think about something that you can make an impact with and be able to express yourself without being a distraction. This was what we call a peaceful protest. So I said, you know what? I like shoes, but let's take this cleats game to a different level. Yeah. This was way before, and no shade here, this was way before 2013. The impact was so impactful that even me trying to pay homage to the city I was playing in, which was the Charlotte community, they were the Bobcats. Yeah. But while I was a Carolina Panther, they made the transition from Bobcat to going back to the Hornets, and I tried to pay homage to the Charlotte Hornets. They sent the cease and desist letter.
Yeah.
Don't use none of the NBA logos without. So, bro, a lot of people walked. A lot of people crawled. A lot of people paved while other people can
run or fly.
Do certain things. You feel what I'm saying? So, dare I say, I came up with the clique. No, I just did my part. And Odell was probably the first person to take the custom glove game and the accessories where it's like, bro, this dude wearing a $350,000 watch.
Bro, playing it.
Playing.
He got a house on his wrist.
A house? Man, that man got a yacht. Man, that man got, you know what I'm saying? While other folks riding around just with a basic pontoon boat, bro. You feel me?
A paddle boat.
A paddle boat. You know what I mean? One of them side by side.
My legs getting tight.
You dig what I'm saying? But I would not have been inspired without the Deion Sanders, without the Randall Cunninghams, the Broadway Joes of the world, guys who really was vibrant and bold about just expression. One of the most iconic football clips that I, appreciate is Joe Namath on the sideline wearing a mink fur. It's like, bruh. And the game has changed because back in that day, you can rip some cigs in the locker room and drink beer too. So it's like, bro, we done came a long way. But they tried to really professionalize something for corporate.
That was Bad News Bears back then.
No, for sure.
Watermaker.
The steel curtain, like those guys really did their thing in that big one. So when I came to the league, I just wanted to do something that could be appreciated from the fans' perspective. Not only that, there's been a lot of things from me getting fined, not with just uniform violations, but even with celebrations. So I made it a point, no matter what I did, and celebrated or dabbed or whatever, after all that, I would make it a point to give a football to a child. And so much that the impact in any other stadium, the premium seat would be on the 50-yard line, not in Carolina. Why? The premium seat was in the end zone. And I remember vividly, as we were getting the red zone, and all of a sudden you start seeing a rush or a sea of people get closer and closer and closer to the edge.
Lie.
Because I'm like, yo, this is nuts.
I never knew you paid attention to that while the game was going on. Because it's too, like, I'm in a film and I'm hearing security, if you don't belong here, go back up, and nobody's listening.
No, for real, bro.
And you try to be like, all right, they about to score, but then it's like, what is going on behind me?
A lot of people.
It's
but
chaos.
then when the cat got out the hat, when it was like, bro, I'm only giving the footballs to kids. Bro, they were dangling kids over the rail.
Take my kids.
You got kids that's standing up on top of parents and like, yo. And this is not just a Charlotte Bank of America thing, bro. It was everywhere we played.
Yeah.
And that is impact. So when Odell sees guys like Justin Jefferson, when Odell sees guys like CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and everybody's expressing themselves not only through visors, because Steve Smith was a person who had many different color visors pregame, and he just looked dangerous. You feel what I'm saying? That came from something that somebody impacted him. So I say all that to say, bro, there's different eras of the game that became more lenient than others, but that didn't mean that guys who were trailblazers didn't get fined, didn't get backlash, didn't, really hurt because of what they were trying to monitor.
Yeah. I wanted to ask that too, when you were talking about the fines. Did they fine you, or did you have to pay for all the balls that you gave out?
I seen a report. That wasn't true. Okay. What would have been a fine, though, me handing a ball would have been okay, because it doesn't ensue a riot. When you throw the ball in a crowd,
that incites a riot.
Why? Is because everybody is on a mad dash to try to go get it. You get people getting pummeled over, stepped on for that. And without that action happening, if somebody were to get hurt, the NFL is going to get sued.
But that's the one thing too, is like, I'm looking at any other sport, and one thing, even with you giving away the ball or a game ball, baseball, you get it only because they hit it out. They just not just coming, just grabbing.
For sure.
Basketball, they don't do it there. And then other than you in football, it wasn't a thing. You know what I'm saying? And so in soccer, anything like that, it's like, so that really changed.
No, man.
It changed the game.
And I always have been an opponent of, like, bruh, they always say be humble. No, bro. Like, man, have fun.
No.
Because, man, act like you've been there before. I would always tell the coach, I don't know if this is going to be my last time. Because let me tell it, if you told me this is your last time scoring a touchdown,
I'm about to.
Boy, I'm about to show my tail.
Oh my goodness!
You dig what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going A, B, take my shirt off.
Jumped in, jumped out. But more or less, this is the real thing that people have to understand about Odell Beckham.
What's up?
Odell Beckham was a recipient of 3 things aligning. And it first started with, number one, his skill.
Yes.
His skill was undeniable. And still to this day, I've always admired his catching and ball tracking ability while the ball was in the air. And I always tell the story when we was training and I would see that to be an elite skill, right? He would make one-handed catches so routine, but people didn't realize how much work he put in to feel comfortable with that ball in the air, catching it, offhand, on hand and things like that. Number 2, he went to a big market in New York. And the stars aligned and fate just had it that the most iconic play probably ever in the regular season happened on Sunday Night Football playing America's team. And it was a meaningful game because it was a division game.
Yeah.
He caught the ball not with one hand, but with 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And the third thing that I'll say about Odell is this. The company or the brand that he aligned with was the biggest apparel brand in the world.
Yeah,
Nike. So all those things, like you have so many different vendors and factories that can be able to do certain things. And it's like, yo,
yeah.
Well, you got that 3-headed monster.
Biggest play, biggest market, biggest
One of the biggest stars and the biggest players. And understand this, when you look at, the appreciation is this. When you look at the cleats that Odell was rocking, when you look at the cleats that Cam was rocking, they were factory one-of-ones.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, they have a lot of different shoe artists that just paints over an all-black shoe or paints over an all-white shoe. Still custom, but the process is different.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a rollout of all my cleats from game 1 to game 16, and even an exclusive Pro Bowl cleat that was just factory made, not artist made. And when you look at it, what's the difference, Cam? Okay, a factory made, this is a pink cleat or a pink and neon green, or the stitching is this or that, or
airbrushed on.
It's not airbrushed.
The base of it is
that color.
Yeah.
An artist creation is, if it rains, if it snows, any bad weather,
that cleat not gonna look the same.
It's gonna peel off.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Not to discredit anything, but that process is different. You feel me? So that's something that I can always tip my hat off for the Odells, the Deons, the Antonio Browns, the Terrell Owens, the Randy Mosses, the Aaron Rodgers, discount, double check. Because even though they say be humble, people love showmen and showwomen. And as a fan, you can appreciate it the more because they take the time to put on a show.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. So that's my point, Peg.
Yes, sir, Ski.
I won't be the person that says, I did this or I did that. I would just say that I had a hand in affecting what we now call customization.
You had a piece of the pie.
You did. We good, Peg?
We Gucci.
One finger. Hey. Yeah. I said one finger. Hey. Can't forget pinky. Add in the thumb. All together, one love. And that's our wrap.